Ever feel like your own mind has turned against you? Like there's a restless voice inside, replaying regrets, cooking up worst-case scenarios, and draining the joy from even the simplest moments? It's not just noise. It's a slow erosion of peace. Maybe it strikes when you're alone with your thoughts, or when your reflection meets you with more judgment than grace. Some carry it like a constant ache, others only hear it in quiet hours. But whether it's subtle or screaming, one thing's for sure, it's stealing your life, not in dramatic bursts, but in tiny, relentless whispers. And if you're over 60 thinking it's too late to change, think again. That noise in your head? It doesn't get the final word. There's an ancient truth, over 2,500 years old, that can quiet the storm without pretending it's not there. The Buddha said, "You will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger." Think about that. Your thoughts aren't just burdens. They're architects of your reality. But here's the liberating part. You don't have to keep building prisons. What you're about to hear isn't fluff. It's not trendy advice or spiritual escapism. It's a grounded, time-tested practice that can gently dissolve the grip of negativity, not by fighting it, but by seeing through it. So if you're ready, really ready, to stop surviving and start living, stay with me. Because peace isn't a fantasy. It's a practice. And it begins now. Lesson 1. The chatterbox mind and the quiet witness beneath. Picture this. You're standing on the bank of a river. It's your consciousness flowing right before your eyes. Some days, it's a gentle stream, lapping at the edges of your awareness with soft, soothing thoughts. Other days, it's a raging torrent, churning with white caps, tossing you about like a rowboat in a squall of negative thoughts. This mental torrent can manifest physically. A tightness in the chest, a mind racing, a pervading sense of dread. It's a shadow creeping in, a pang of uncertainty. Negative thoughts are as common as dandelions in spring. For years, this burden can feel like a sack of bricks, every what-if piling on another pound. The weight of these thoughts isn't just mental. It lives in the body. Shoulders hunched, breath shallow, a restless churn that won't shake loose. Attempts to outsmart it. Deep breathing, affirmations, even drastic measures may offer temporary relief, like a dab of glue on a cracked teacup. But the negativity often sticks around, stubborn as a mule, digging its heels in deeper. Then a profound insight emerges, not like a lightning bolt, but soft, like a leaf drifting onto the water. You've been listening to the mind's roar, but you haven't looked beneath it. The Buddha, that wise old soul, pointed to this over 2,500 years ago. Beneath the chatter, there's a stillness, a depth no thought can touch. He called it our true nature, this vast, unshakable awareness that's been with us all along. It's not the thoughts spinning like a top, nor the physical aches, but the quiet space holding it all. And here's the kicker. That stillness isn't something you chase. It's already yours. It's the riverbed beneath the flood, steady and sure. No matter how wild the surface gets, for the first time you can feel the stillness underneath, like coming home. This universal truth transcends specific locations or individuals. It's the simple act of sitting real quiet and just being, realizing that while worries may persist, they no longer own you. This is the essence of the Buddhist way. So what's this mean for you? It's not about pretending negative thoughts don't knock on your door. They will, and that's okay. The difference is, they aren't the boss of you anymore. The Buddha didn't say we'd never feel the waves. He said we don't have to drown in them. That stillness beneath, it's your anchor. You don't fight the river. You rest in what holds it. And the more you touch that place, the more negative thoughts start to feel like a guest who's overstayed their welcome, loud at first but fading as you stop feeding it. Attention, practice. Take a moment wherever you are. Take a breath, slow and easy, like you're sipping the air. Notice the river of your day, the little ripples, the big swells. Maybe it's a twinge in your gut about tomorrow, or a memory that stings. Don't push it away. Just ask, who's aware of this? Feel that space open up, vast as a prairie sky. The negative thought might still ripple, but it can't touch the stillness. You're not the wave, you're the depth. And in that depth there's peace waiting. This isn't a one-and-done deal. It's a practice, like tending a garden, weed a little here, water a little there. But every time you dip into that stillness, negativity loses a bit of its grip. It's not about banishing it forever. It's about knowing it's not the whole story. The river flows, sure, but beneath it, you're steady, unshaken. If this message resonates with you, and you're seeking more moments of peace and insight, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for daily reflections rooted in ancient wisdom and modern clarity. Lesson 2. Unhooking from the narrative, the power of detachment. Imagine you're watching a thriller movie. The suspense is palpable, the plot twists are wild, and you're on the edge of your seat, heart pounding. That's what negative thoughts do, isn't it? They pull you into a drama, a narrative that feels so real, so urgent. You cling to every word, convinced the next scene will be your undoing. For years it's possible to live tossed about by every worry that blew your way. A late bill, a creak in the joints, a quiet phone. Each one can feel like a gale, threatening to capsize your little ship. It's like white-knuckling through the storms, wondering if safe harbor is just a fairy tale. The belief that we can outsmart negativity with grit and a stiff upper lip often proves futile. Efforts to control thoughts, like frantic breathing exercises or cold showers, may offer momentary respite, but the storm often keeps brewing deep within, a restless churn that persists. Patching one leak, say a money scare, only leads to another springing up, like a nagging ache or a sleepless night. It's an exhausting endeavor, like mopping the deck in a downpour. Then, a profound realization can occur. A lifeline, really. The Buddha's voice, echoing through centuries, whispered a truth. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. It's not about calming the storm out there. It's about finding the calm in here. And where's that calm? Not in the frantic struggle or the patched-up hull, but in the unshakable core of who we are. Call it awareness. Call it your true self. It's the anchor that holds steady when the waves rage. We've been so busy battling the wind, we hadn't noticed the harbor was already ours, tucked right inside us all along. Consider a late night, the kind where the world's asleep, but your mind's wide awake, spinning like a top. A glitch with a bank account can turn into a catastrophe in the mind. What if it's all gone tomorrow? What if I'm left with nothing? The chest pounds, hands clammy. Instead of pacing, one might sit still, close the eyes and take a breath, shaky at first like a rusty hinge creaking open. Then the question arises, who's feeling this storm? Not who's drowning, but who's watching? And there it is, this quiet, vast space, like the eye of the hurricane. The negative thoughts may still howl, the pulse may not quit its dance, but it can't touch that center. It's like standing on a cliff, wind whipping around, yet knowing you won't fall. This is the essence of detachment, this ability to observe thoughts without getting entangled in their story. It's not about ignoring them, but seeing them for what they are. Mere thoughts, not ultimate truth. And here's the wild part. Nothing can sink it. No bill, no doctor's report, no lonely afternoon can dent that anchor. It's not a belief you cling to like a life preserver. It's something you see right here, right now. For years, there may be a fear of negative thoughts themselves, like they are monsters ready to swallow one whole, but once that safe harbor inside is found, the monster shrinks to a shadow, loud, sure, but toothless. So how do we drop that anchor ourselves? It starts with disidentification, not the kind you lock in a safe or build with a picket fence, but the safety of knowing you're untouchable at your core. The Buddha didn't mean we'd never feel the wind. He meant we don't have to be blown away. Negative thoughts need you to fight them or flee them. When you stop running, they lose steam. It may not be easy, but it's simple. You don't need a monastery or a mantra, just a moment to look inside. Practice. Take a slow sip of air. Feel the storm, whatever it is today. Maybe it's a twinge when you think of the future or a knot when the news blares too loud. Don't wrestle it down, just notice. Are you aware? Not the worry, not the ache, but the quiet space holding it all. Ask yourself, can this thought sink me, the real me? Feel that openness, steady as a lighthouse beam cutting through fog. The waves might crash, the heart might still skip, but they can't touch the harbor. You're safe, not because the storm stops, but because you're bigger than it. This isn't about flipping a switch and bam! No more negative thoughts. The waves will come, but now they pass. The Buddha taught us suffering comes from clinging to fear, to the idea we're fragile. Let go of that and you're free, not from the storm, but in it. It's like finding a warm corner in a drafty house, cozy. Even when the wind rattles the windows, that's your safe harbor. Rest there and watch the tempest lose its bite. Lesson 3, the body's wisdom feeling to release. Here's where we roll up our sleeves and get down to the nitty-gritty. You've found your anchor, that steady stillness beneath the storm. But negativity is a crafty old fox. It doesn't just camp out in your head, spinning tales of doom like a late-night radio drama. No, it digs in deeper, burrowing into your bones, your breath, your clenched-up fists. It's a tenant in the house of your body, rattling the windows and creaking the floors. For years, the attempt may be to outthink it, talk it down, drown it out with peppy little affirmations. Everything's fine. The mind may chant like a kid whistling past a graveyard, but the body may not buy it. Shoulders remain tight as a drum, the gut churns like a washing machine on spin cycle. A heaviness lingers no matter how bright the picture painted in the mind. The belief that mastering the mind will make the body fall in line is often misguided. It's like trying to mop the floor during a flood, futile, frustrating, and a little damp around the edges. Turns out the body's got its own story, older and wiser than the chatter upstairs. The Buddha knew this. He didn't just sit under that Bodhi tree pondering pretty ideas. He felt it all, the heat, the hunger, the hum of life, and found truth in the raw pulse of being. Science backs him up too. Those deep-down systems, the nerves and the gut, they're the real drivers, steering the ship while the mind scrambles to catch up. Calm the body and the mind quiets, like a lake after the wind dies down. For years one might try every trick in the book, breathing exercises that leave one dizzy, affirmations that sound like a broken record, even ice baths. Some of it may take the edge off, like a splash of cool water on a hot day. But the negativity sticks around, a knot that can't be untied. Then in an evening the fight may be given up, plopping down, legs twitching, chest tight. There's no pushing it away or prettying it up, just letting it be. Okay, a whisper might say, "You're here, I'll sit with you." No wrestling, no running, and something wild unfolds. That knot, it starts to loosen. Breath softens, slow and deep like a tide easing out. Shoulders drop, heavy but free, like a sack of flowers sliding off a shelf. It's the body talking, teaching how to let go. The Buddha had a word for this: mindfulness, feeling life as it is, not as we wish it to be. He said, suffering festers when we cling or shove away, but freedom blooms when we face it square. You've got to feel it to heal it. As the saying goes, and the body is the classroom. Years may be spent dodging that lesson, thinking clever words can outsmart the ache. But it's like ignoring a leaky pipe. Patch it all you want, it'll still drip until you fix the source. Negativity isn't the enemy here, it's a messenger, tapping you on the shoulder saying, "Hey, look at me, I've got something to show you." And when you listen, really listen, it starts to unravel, thread by thread. So how do we step into this classroom ourselves? It's not about forcing calm or chasing some Zen high. It's simpler, messier, and a whole lot truer. You don't beat negativity into submission. You invite it in, like an old friend who's lost their way. It may not be a picnic, but it works. The body knows how to heal when you give it room. You just sit with it, feel it. Let it roll through like a wave you don't have to ride. And the stillness you found in that anchor, it's your seat, steady, safe, holding you while the lesson unfolds. Practice. Find your spot. Your favorite chair, the edge of your bed, wherever feels like home. Sit tall like an oak, rooted deep, branches swaying but unbroken. Take a breath, not fancy, just natural, like you're tasting the air. Now tune in. Where's the negativity today? Maybe it's a flutter in your belly, a weight on your chest, a twitch in your hands. Don't name it bad or wrong. Drop the labels. Feel it, raw, the heat, the pulse, the shape. Is it sharp? Dull? Does it hum or squeeze? Be the space that holds it, like a wide-open field cradling a storm. Say to it, soft as a whisper, "You're welcome here." No fixing, no pushing, just watching. Let it move. Maybe it grows, maybe it softens. A twitch might ripple through, a sigh might slip out. That's the body unwinding, shedding what it's held too long. This isn't magic. Don't expect the sky to part and angels to sing. The flutter may still come when a challenge arises. But it's different now. The wave comes, it's felt, and it passes. Not a tsunami, just a ripple. The Buddha taught us everything changes. Anicca, he called it, and the body knows that dance. Negative thoughts aren't a life sentence. They're a guest, and guests don't stay forever. When you stop locking the door against them, knots untie. It's not about erasing the past or bulletproofing the future. It's about trusting the teacher within, letting it guide you back to peace, one breath at a time. A life unbound by negative thoughts. Here we are at the end of this little road we've walked together. But let's be real, this isn't about waving a magic wand and poof, negativity's gone like smoke in the wind. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? No, it's messier, truer than that. It's about loosening those rusty chains, link by link, breath by breath, until you can stand a little taller, breathe a little deeper. We've dipped our toes into the river of negative thoughts and found the stillness beneath. That unshakable core the Buddha pointed us to, steady as a mountain through every storm. We've dropped an anchor in that vast safe harbor of awareness where no wave can pull us under, and we've let the body teach us, felt the knots, welcomed the ache, and watched it soften like clay in the rain. This isn't a fairy tale cure, it's a quiet rebellion, a reclaiming of your peace, one tender moment at a time. The Buddha never handed us a promise of cloudless skies. Storms will roll in. Heck, they're part of the deal, especially in these golden years when the world feels a bit more fragile. A creaky knee, a quiet house, a bill that stings, they'll stir the waters, no doubt. But here's the gift he left us, a boat to ride those swells, not a shaky raft that splinters at the first gust, but a sturdy vessel carved from your own deep knowing. Your 60s, your 70s, beyond, they're not meant for cowering in the dark, jumping at shadows like a cat on a hot tin roof. Therefore, stand rooted, chest open, negativity, fading into the distance like a canyon echo, soft, then gone. You've earned that, haven't you? A life unbound, not by erasing what's hard, but by seeing it for what it is. Ripples, not the river. So what do you carry forward? First, remember the riverbed. Your true self, that wide-open awareness no trouble can touch. It's there, always, waiting like an old friend with a porch light on. Second, hold that anchor close. Safety isn't out there in the world's promises, but in the quiet space where you're already whole. And third, trust your body. It's a wise old teacher whispering truths your mind might miss. Feel it, don't fight it, and watch it shift. My advice? Start small. Tomorrow, when a negative thought taps your shoulder, maybe over coffee, maybe in the stillness of dawn, pause. Ask, who's here beneath this? Let the answer unfold, slow and sweet. It's not about perfection, it's about showing up for yourself, gentle as you'd be with a grandchild's scraped knee. Now, I've got a couple of questions to leave you with, something to mull over while the kettle whistles or the stars peek out. What's one negative thought you've been hauling around, heavy as a winter coat in July? And what might happen if you sat with it, just for a moment, and let it speak? No rush, let it simmer in your heart. Because here's the truth. You're not broken, not fragile, not too late. You're enough. Right here, right now. Creases and all. The Buddha saw it. And you? You're on that path too, every step a little lighter, every breath a little freer. If this struck a chord, if it lit even a tiny spark in your day, give that like button a tap. It's your way of saying, hey, I'm with you. Share this with someone who needs a flicker of light, maybe a friend who's weathering their own storm. And please hit that subscribe button for quiet wisdom. We're not just passing through here. We're building something real, step by step, for you, for us. Drop a line in the comments. What's one negative thought you're ready to feel and let go? I'd love to hear your voice in this circle. I'll see you next time, friends. Until then, be kind to yourself. Treat your heart like the treasure it is. You've got this. Peace is yours.